Come on. All right. Let's not fiddle-faddle around with this, Cowboy Nation. Let's not do that. No. Come on. One way or another, your midday sports report coming to you live from Law Nation Studio. Trade deadline. We all in. Dak Prescott update. The offensive line shuffle. Jerry Wayne Jones speaking. Come on. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. Come on. Mama, there go that man again with the beard. It's the beard. Come on. Hey. Salute. Jalen Smith. Would you like to see him for a cup of coffee? No. Come on. Or you like our guys? Sometimes things come back to you in full, and I mean just that, full circles. What about the switch? Come on. What's up with your Jen? Law. Shout out to the Laws. Hey, ho, whoa. Shout out to Woke Nation. Let's go. Come on. I'm still setting up, building the plane while it's in the air. Really appreciate you guys that's there. Here, there, everywhere. Law Nation. Yeah. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on. Come on, baby. Man, if you don't like this show,
you must be out of your goddamn mind.
Come on. Hey, ho. It's the nation, baby. Come on. Yeah. Cool. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. If you have not heard, my name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboy football and beyond. Shout out to everybody. Be sure, we got to let you guys know. This Friday at 7:30, near Nebraska Furniture, walk-ons. We'll be live in the flesh in Dak Prescott restaurant. So I want to see you guys there with us, hanging around, affiliating with us. If you are in the Dallas area, type in walk-ons. It's the one next to Nebraska Furniture. I can't wait to see y'all beautiful faces out there, and let's get this thing going. Hey, I'm telling people, man. Boy, we finna blow up, baby. We are. Shout out to Rain Dakota Prescott, for allowing us to have the opportunity to speak at his venue. Cowboy Nation. One day at a time, one movement at a time. What trade? No trade, Albert. No trade. He speaks on it. That's what it is. I'm not, if the titling seems to be or appear to be clickbait-ish, let me know, and I'll probably make the necessary adjustments. But y'all know I don't have to lie to kick it, right? You're right? We are family over here. We are family, and I don't have to trick you to come over here, right? But if you hang around long enough, we would go over all of the points that I try to put in the titling, because I don't want people to think that Law is trying to trick us, Yeah, that ain't me. Davis, appreciate you. Jalen Smith. So I want to know, Cowboy Nation, do you bring Jalen back? Let me go. Do you bring Jalen back for a cup of coffee? Do you do that? You know, we having grown folks conversation over here. Do you bring him back for a cup of coffee? He knows the defense, right? You know, you can look at it, or you can say, you can say, nah, dog. You know. Weezy, baby, what's good? He said, no clickbait. Yeah, appreciate you. You're a real one. You know, I see a lot of no's. Okay. So it's a Luke Gifford Edward, baby. Luke Gifford. And it's quite strange to a lot of people when you see something. And this is me. This is my stance on Jalen Smith. And I've seen everybody, man. I should have went live when the news broke. I was just chilling. I just came out of a meeting. And, you know, when you have other priorities, you can't just stop what you're doing. I can't wait till I become 100% Cowboy guy, right? And I can just jump live when I can. But here's the situation. We are in a groove era whereas now we have to see what Luke Gifford can do. Now we have to see what Francis Bernard can do, right? And I'm seeing a lot of no's. No, let's not bring him back. Appreciate you, Ethan. Yeah. Law, I love your content. Yeah, so does my dad. Oh, my goodness, man. The whole family watching Law. Yeah. Dang. You know. That's from the caller from last night. He said, Law, watching your show got me addicted like crack. Dang. You know, I love it, baby. I love it. But I can't wait till I do this thing at 100%. Jay Lombardi, my dog. Y'all pay attention to what Jay Lombardi put in the comment box there. Luke Gifford over Bernard. He right. JD, what's good, Law? Jalen Smith got cut yesterday, not today. Oh, wow. He got cut yesterday, not today. Let's put the news in. Jalen Smith got cut yesterday, not today. Appreciate you, JD. I mean, tomato, you know. It is what it is, you know. But whenever the news hit, he's no longer on the Green Bay Packers. And here's the situation. Yeah, somebody said the Broncos need him. And I'm not throwing any shade or salt at you, my guy JD. You know, it is what it is at this point. The Dallas Cowboys, from what we got now that's on this team, are you guys all in? Let me see in the chat box. Are you guys all in? Yeah. Are you all in? All right, so somebody says Bradley and Anae got cut. You know, oh yeah. Y'all see that right here? You know, all right, let me pull around because I trust you guys, but I gotta verify. You know, I trust but verify. You know, all right. So let's see. Bam. Shout out to Gelkin. All right, short tenure, Green Bay, former practice release and Okay. And Cowboys defensive Marcus Lawrence foot. I think that the Marcus Lawrence will be back a little after Thanksgiving. Do you guys agree? Today is the NFL trade deadline. Owner Jerry Jones. I don't look for anything to be going today. So that's what Jerry Jones have to say. Let me just play the audio, by the way, so we can get this show off the road, you know, or on the road. We don't want to get it off the road. I already took it off of it. Let me put it back on it, you know. Is that okay with you?
Assessment of the way you guys were able to pull that out with Cooper Rush and quarterback.
Well, I think the key is that he rewarded the confidence, if you will, that staff had in him, coaches. And really, Dak, before the game with the team, talked about how Cooper had, over the years, been so important and how he had such confidence in him. And he gave the team a real assurance that Cooper could get the job done. I think that was very meaningful. The team played so confidently around him, and he played with confidence that he gained from being around the team. We really can't state and overstate the importance of that confidence and believing, because the quarterback's going to make some bonehead plays, so to speak, and it just happens. And the defense makes you do that a lot of times. So having said that, confidence is the word that comes to me about how he played and how the team played around him.
Jerry, did you get a chance to see the footage of his dad and his family celebrating, or did you run into them after the game?
I did. I did not see them after the game, but I did get to see them celebrating and saw some of those shots of them just in deep concentration, if you will, as he was playing in the game. I can imagine how they were hanging on everything he was doing out there. It's really phenomenal to me that he could come in there and have the presence of mind to be his first time really to have that on his back like that and play at that level. That's very rare and really exceptional, and gives our team tremendous confidence as we look down the road.
Jerry, when you see how he played and that the team won, does this factor into a decision of maybe bringing Dak back or resting him another game? Like, hey, we might be able to steal another one, get Dak even healthier, or do you not look at injuries and return like who your backup is and really care about that?
Well, the thing is that it was true last week, and it will be again true this week. We want to see how Dak is responding. We have every reason to think that he's on go, and he should be ready to go. This will give him quite a layoff, concluding the bye week that we had. So we have every reason to think that he'll be on the field for us this week. But we should take a look at it and engage how he's responding. He's the key. He can tell you how he's feeling and whether or not he's comfortable or not.
How close?
Who reported? Well, I'm trying to find Bradley Anae. Let me see. I'm trying to see who reported to Bradley Anae. Let me see if I can just go, because I can't find it. Maybe I can't read today. All right, so my guy, let's see. Super excited about Basham. That was April 16th. I need to find the Bradley Anae. Let me see if I can find a report over here. Who reported it? March the 4th. Go to his Twitter. He got my Spartan Warrior up there. Let's see. David Hillman. I just was on his page. Y'all post the link, man. I just was on his page. I want to make sure he's my guy, man. I want to make sure. All right. So Jabril Cox injured the Cowboys. Okay, there you go, right here. I overshot it. I just read that Jabril Cox. All right, so the Cowboys waived second-year defensive edge rusher Bradley Anae. Ooh, my God, no. Oh, my goodness. This is a different team, baby. Who they going to bring up? Oh, my gosh. Y'all know that's my dog right there. Hey, doctor right here says we actually holding people accountable. That flag was a crazy one. He did, and the way coach, I said it, the way coach looked at him on the sidelines, it was like, wow. When he had did that, y'all saw coach looking at him like, oh, all right, so don't go off sides. Don't go off sides. Oh, my goodness, man. It's a bittersweet. It's a bittersweet because now you look at it like, okay, second-year player. We had a lot of promises. He had the short arms, but he can get off that edge real quickly. Shout out to TJ for him. Tom Downey said it. Shout out to Tom Downey. That flag was costly. Oh, Sheila. I see you. Yeah, that flag was costly, and it had us all looking at Bradley Anae like, hey, dude, why would you do that at this time? And that goes to show you how this team is different. How this team reacts different. How this team will be a situation, whereas, let me see. Let's see what we can do from here. But, appreciate you, the OC. He just sent me a text. We had to negotiate something like that. But, Bradley and I was pretty solid outside of that mistake. This is from Dan the Man. You know, before I hit play on Jerry Jones and his conversational piece, it's a situation that we need. That hard-nosed coach, that coach that have the ability to say, hey, man, if you F up and you're on the low end, there's the door. The door gonna hit you. Where the good Lord split you. They different, right there, right, Ken? Hey, they different. Mike McCarthy is different, man. Let me see. This different for us, man. Stephen Hayden Smith. Let me see if I can find that clip. Mike McCarthy said that the Cowboys study the officiating crew tendencies before the game to prepare. Now, I've seen numerous of people comment under that was like, well, it didn't do no good. They didn't help. It didn't help the organization. It's not about that, Cowboy Nation. Some people study for a test and they don't pass it. But what counts more is the fact that this organization is at least attempting to see what the aficionados are thinking. And keep in mind, he might have thought of this since this is his second year with the Dallas Cowboys and saying, man, damn, the Cowboys, man, they get hoes for anything. Let's start studying the aficionados, the officiating crew. Let's start at least studying them. And by year 3, year 4, we'll know exactly what they're trying to do. And by him putting this message out, he could have kept it inside. But now there's more pressure on the aficionados. Man, this is math, baby. Just hear me out before we hit play. Yeah, look, it's the middle of the day. Y'all got nowhere else to go, right? Y'all chill. Think about this one, Cowboy Nation. Hear me out. The aficionados knowing, hey, man, we got to be careful in this game. Shoot. That Mike McCarthy with the beard, that big boy on the sideline, he's studying us. He got a notebook, a sterno notepad. Hey, he writing down our tendencies. We got to flip it up. We got to change it a little bit. I was going to call holding on this play. Let me swallow my whistle. He's taking notes. That goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. Don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this information. The previous administration never did this, and I'm not throwing any salt or shade at Jason Garrett. But now this is more pressures on the aficionados by leaking this information, by sharing this information, by putting it out there. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, let's listen back to Jerry Wayne and things.
Was the call, Jerry? Was it really up until game time, or you guys knew deep down a few days before Cooper would get the start?
Well, I think it was a game time decision. And had he been able to go out there and really have just know sensitivity and no consequences. But we were on a thin decision-making course here, and when I say thin, we saw that we had the luxury of being able to try it without him. And when you looked at everything at play here, it felt like that we would be conservative as to playing him. And I think that was the key. And like I said, as late in the game as the night before, even before his workout there Sunday morning, we were anticipating that he might not be the starter.
Wow. Are you talking about Dak Prescott last week, but with this anticipation? Aubrey says, bring back Jalen. Yeah, Nicholas, we just discussed the Anae cutting their wave. We them boys. And the Cowboys will make their necessary plans, but they are all in. Mike McCarthy brings accountability. Yeah! I mean, it goes back to my stance right here, Cowboy Nation. You know, Mike McCarthy said the Cowboys studied the officiating crew tendencies before the game to prepare. He studies. He studies to show thyself worthy. Approve. You know what I'm saying? He shows that I'm working hard, man. I'm a workman that needed not to be ashamed. Rightly divided between the word of truth. Boy, y'all didn't think y'all was going to get some of that today. Rightly divided. The word of truth. I studied. I know your tendencies. I'm not ashamed. I'm a workman. I'm not ashamed because I know for sure that these are the things that you're supposed to call. Oh, these are the things that they're going to call right here. This crew have a tendency, Amari Cooper, that at the top of the route, they're going to call that, so you can't be too aggressive. And just because y'all see the penalties doesn't mean that the coach didn't go over it, Cowboy Nation. Because that same coach can pull him to the side and say, hey, come here, fella. Didn't we go over this? Nope. Didn't we go over this? Didn't we go over this? Didn't I talk to you about what the tendency would be? Didn't you study? Was you falling asleep in class today? Lean forward. Now do it again. You're going to be on the bench. Now, do it again. You're going to be off this team.
No, God!
Do it again. Now you go.
Fatality.
There's nothing like studying, baby. Huh? Yeah. Grace, a workman, you know. Who's not ashamed. Elite coaching. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. What verse of that in the Bible? This is somewhere in Timothy. Somebody put it down. They're like, Law, I'm getting 2 Timothy from Law Nation
Jerry
over
Jones
here.
live with Sean and RJ every Tuesday at this time. Let's talk about this defensive performance. Arguably the best defensive game that y'all played this year in terms of the tackling, the Randy Gregory pressure. Just speak to Dan Quinn and the job that your defensive players did against Minnesota and those weapons.
Yeah.
The word to me here is how aggressive, the intensity. And it's, in my mind, it's led by Randy Gregory. Randy is just exuding competition. He's exuding aggressiveness. You know, he's smart as whip, and he does have that, I call it that Charles Haley intellect that allows him to his physical approach to what's going on. He knows that's inspiring and knows it could be intimidating to the opponent. And you've got to deliver the goods. Now you got to really be a great player to pull that off. But in Randy's case, he does that foray right near the end when we got those couple of penalties, almost got at least almost got 2 penalties. That wasn't by design, but that had a real effect of, I think, creating more intensity for the team.
No doubt, no doubt. That is Jerry Jones talking about the fact that, this Randy Gregory exhibiting and exuding. Yeah. Hey, Jerry, you been listening to me? Jerry, you been listening to me?
I want me some.
No, it's too early for that, Jerry. You been listening to Law, man? Come on, man. Drop something in the cash app, Jerry. You can drop about 100,000. It won't even hurt you. Somebody says, was it 2 Timothy? Somebody said it. Verse 2. Somebody said it. I read it somewhere up in there. But appreciate you. Yeah. 2 and 15. Shout out to you, Antoine. Yeah. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Yeah, workman. Who needs not to be ashamed. We working over here, baby. Wild man Gregory. It seems the actual aficionados did Randy Gregory a huge favor by making him so angry and making him so mad. Hey, it's one of those things, whereas, hear me out, Cowboy Nation, it's one of those things, whereas we see Randy Gregory is that game changer. And when I see Big Game James later on tonight on the final word, I'm going to let him know. I said, dog, you was right. Randy Gregory is a game changer. That brother, and it could be because I said that D-Law was going to be that game changer, and injuries set us back with that philosophy of thinking right now. And my thing is, for what I can see right now, that brother got mad, hit shoulder blade, hit the ground, and it was enough to cut the grass. But since it's turf, he was cutting the turf, and he got around to that quarterback.
That locker room, when those guys came in after that win, I don't know that I've been in one where it was just almost uncontrollable passion or just uncontrollable feeling what they had just accomplished and what they were feeding off of. I'm talking about the players. It was quite an atmosphere in that locker room.
Wow. And, of course, you guys overcame things. You had Tyron leave the game for a half. Diggs got banged up on that final drive. You and Steven seem optimistic about Dak versus Denver. How about Tyron and Trayvon for this upcoming week?
Again, we'll have to see how Tyron practices and say it's a spur. And so we'll take a look at that as it moves through. We should and will practice with alternatives to him being out there, but it'll really depend on how he does again respond to a spur that's giving him some anxiety right now. Not anxiety, just giving him some pain.
Jerry, what is Lael's role with the team right now?
Well, obviously he's an outstanding offensive lineman specifically, but I don't want that to sound trite. But he's the enforcer. And that's a big statement. He really has a lot of the aura that you want for an offensive line to be. They need to be that for a team, in my mind. And that is, we're just going to run it down their throat. He's the leader of that group. And so I think that my hat's off to him, the way he's handled his off-the-field stuff during this past, if you will, year and a half.
Right.
And he did not have a good training camp because of limitations on coming back with his surgery. And so he wasn't able to really improve and really have the preparation that you'd like to see him have. But he's getting there, and he will get there. And this may spur it on because he does have really outstanding position flex.
Yeah.
Most offensive linemen do. Some just really have to struggle with it, and that's moving around from position to position. You don't ever want to move two guys if you don't have to. And so he'll serve all of that role, but he's played all the positions except center. And we'll use him, and this could be the time we use him the most.
So, Jerry, if Tyron had to miss a game or some time, do you think Nsekhe would stay there at left tackle, or could you put Lael over there? Could you put Steele at left tackle with Lael back to his natural right tackle spot, or do you still view him as a guard? How would that work up front if Tyron was out?
Good question.
Okay, it was a question, but you actually had your answer. You covered all the bases right there. And that'll get worked out. It'll get worked out here pretty early this week as they work through, look at what we're up against with Denver, and then look at what we may be dealing with, and we'll see it practice there Wednesday and go from there. But, our coaches have a good idea of where they're wanting to go with this thing, but at the end of the day, we'll see how it works on the field at practice.
Hey, any medical professionals out there or anybody who had spurs, is that a situation when it flares up, is going to flare up with Tyron? That's a big boy, by the way, Tyron Smith. Y'all seen that picture? His hand was the size of my head. Even the beard, it covered up my whole body almost. That's how big that man's hand is. I don't have the video. I don't have the picture somewhere, but I can put it up there. But I just want to know: do any of you guys know how long that spur situation, is going to be? Shout out to you, Jay Versick. Yeah, Anae is gone. Let me see, because I'm really not feeling tired and sucky like that. Bone spur. Is it in the foot, right? All right. Let's see how long it's gonna go. Yep. Surgery to alleviate spur pains. Please read life-changing. He was believed that he had a spur miserable for 10 years. Oh, wow. I ain't gonna go to WebMD. I know somebody, man. We got all these people watching. Somebody done had a bone spur before. It's playable, okay? In the ankles, right? How long, man? How long would this brother be? Because I'm looking at it like, man, Tyron Smith, we got rid of the neck issue, right? You don't no longer have to have the neck collar and the back situation and the extended elbow. I mean, good grief. Could we get a 2-for-1 when you had your first surgery? Pokes out a little. That's like giving up on Diggs and Navell Gallimore for Miller. Yeah, we ain't going to do that, until surgery. So it's a situation whereas he can probably, and I'm not a medical professional. I promise you guys, I don't want to be that guy. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Tom says, appreciate you. Is it YOLO, you play with the spur and then you get the surgery off season, basically, or after the season. So it can flare up it can show his ugly head at any moment, huh? But he's so dominant. So what Jerry is saying is that technically, hear me out, that Lael is so flexible, man. He can play left tackle. He can play right tackle. He can play left guard, and he can play right guard. So we got a solid piece at right guard. They like what they see out of Terrence still at right tackle, right? They see the position of flex. There's no way in life we go another game with Todd and Sucky in there. And you said, Jerry Jones said from his mouth, not to our ears, that the leader of this group is Lael Collins. So we're going to have to work. We're going to have to fix this. We got to fix this, Rich. Fix this, Rich.
Jerry, I have a question about injury mystery. Like, do you guys, Xavier Woods after the game said, well, we were preparing for Dak. How can you guys tell when being vague about injury status really gives you that advantage to make them prepare for Cooper Rush or Dak or who you would play at left tackle and right tackle? Because us as fans were like, everyone does this. How much does it actually matter? Can you give your input on that?
Well, unless they've got cameras at your practice, they being the opponent team, which they don't, But unless they have that, it makes all the difference in the world. You have a big drop-off when a player does not get his weekly preparation to play the team on the weekend. You have a big drop-off. Preparation, the repetition, the just getting your mind wrapped around the different attributes of the players you're playing in front of or competing against. That is huge. Randy White invented the idea of preparation. And so that if you anticipate another player in there, especially at a key position like a quarterback, or you could even make the case for a left tackle, that preparation could make all the difference in the world. And there's no question that you would approach your game with some different technique or some different emphasis if certain players were playing or not playing. So it's big. It's big. It's singularly the best thing I know to keep your mouth shut during the week as to who's going to be playing a position, if there's a question mark. It's singularly the most effective tact that you can do apart from being on the field and just out foot.
Ooh, look at that. Is that a bunion or a bone spur? Y'all can see that? Ooh. You see that right there? Ooh. That will stick out. If I'm Tyron Smith and I got one of them, man, cut it off. He need one of those right there. That bone spurs. He's bone spur. So Jerry Jones is talking about, hey, you might want to keep it in house, or like the things that you're gonna do. Man, look at this foot. Good grave. How is foot shooting the middle finger at you? You know, your feet, everything. Your feet are everything. Support all of that weight. So, bone spurs, Cowboy Nation. From what I'm reading here, off-season surgery, it can be a pain, it can be a booger bear, and all these bone spurs right here. Oh, my God. All right, so any of you guys got bone spurs, man, right now, let me know.
Footballing them.
Good answer. And we know you're excited about reinforcements coming. Do you have any status update on DeMarcus Lawrence and Michael Gallup coming back?
Well, Michael is the closest of the two you just mentioned. DeMarcus is making tremendous progress. And, of course, what we have to fear on him is when he gets out there, because he doesn't know but one gear, and that is all out, every day, all the way, every day, so to speak. But the bottom line is that he is progressing. Don't look for him in the next couple of weeks, but we don't want to say too much about that either, do we, in terms of our opponents. Facts. So the point is that Gallup will be the first one up between the two.
Jerry, the deadline is here, trade deadline. The Rams made a big move yesterday getting Von Miller. Do y'all look at what other teams have done and prior to the deadline and maybe react to what they might do, division mates or guys you are fighting with for that top spot?
Well, I think you need to stay aware of what other clubs are doing, where they're looking to improve. Of course, all of that goes out the window after today with the deadline over. I mean, the time to trade over. But again, the things that I've seen that were really outstanding and made the best sense was when the phone rings and they come to you. That's all the difference in the world. And it is really hard to go get. You pay a huge price, a premium, when you go get. But if you'll sit there and take it, and then something comes along that just happens to hit you right between the eyes good, then that's something to think about there. But I don't look for us to be doing anything today.
Jerry, philosophically, how do you weigh, if there was a piece out there that someone came calm with versus not disrupting something special you have going on right now, not wanting to mix this up versus adding something that would seem to make sense on paper. How do you weigh that?
But see, Jerry's not going to do that. We love our guys, and they're really not going to come with a king's ransom to any of the guys on our table that's up for this type of bidding war. Like, who's the most valuable piece that's trade worthy right now, Cowboy Nation? And what will you be willing to parlay it for? And I can tell you, Collins, right? Gallup, and Schultz. Teams are looking at it like, hey, we already in the midpoint. You're going to have to force a real big check, because the Cowboys looking at it like, hey, we got to sign them next year, but at the same time, we're a winning team, and on top of that, this is our price. Because I don't think that nobody or any of those teams are willing to pay the price. Somebody said the most valuable trade piece would be Trayvon Diggs, second-round draft pick from last year, right? So what will we get for a Trayvon Diggs? That would be what? 3 first-round draft picks? Huh? What would you give for a Gallup? Got to be at least a second-round draft pick, right? Gallup is trade-worthy. But see, the Cowboys are not looking at it like that. They believe that, hey, Gallup, that's their baby. And you're going to have to come up with something more than a second-round draft pick, straight up. They're going to want a lot of things in return for Gallup. No trade for Diggs is from Jim Laws, right? And see, nobody. 3 rounds, a Joe Thomas for a 3rd round and a Joe Thomas for Gallup. No. I think that, and see, I'm thinking like Jerry. Jerry's going to look at Gallup and say, no, I'm not finna parlay a 3rd round draft pick. No. Trade Jarwins before Schultz. See, Cowboys, you don't have to worry about this. Let me see what Jerry going to say.
Well, you weigh it. You really do weigh it. And you weigh the impact of the move relative to your overall plan, whether it be the cap or whether it be what your plans looking ahead at the draft, just your whole makeup. Everything goes into it. And, that really is what you have is you have an individual or individuals that's got the whole picture in their mind. And you can't just go off with one tangent of a decision here. And so everything has to go into it, planning ahead, looking ahead at the players you've got when their contracts are up, all of those things. Let me say this. Do you put an emphasis on what you got? Don't mess with it. It's rolling. It's going good. Do you put an emphasis on the help on the way that we have on our own team? Do you put an emphasis that you've got some young players that you really do want to get out there? Don't bring a progress stopper. And then by all means, you take into consideration the personality, the ethos, if you will, of who you bring in. It can be very impactful. And it can be impactful for who you're bringing in. They may not work with the group that you've got. Deion Sanders, when we brought Deion in, I first went to Michael, and I went to Troy, and I went to Emmett. And I told them about Deion, and I said, now he's going to be paid a huge amount. What do you think? And they gave me their opinion, and then I got in front of the whole team, and I got up on a blackboard in front of the entire team. And I said, y'all look at this decision. And I put up on that board how much he was going to make. And I said, do we bring him in? And I mean, it sounded like an eruption. Hell yes.
That was the end of that interview, man. Hey, for those who want to listen to that full interview without me pausing and rewinding, here we go right here. Bam, y'all click that link right there. So Jerry is of the same belief with me. Let's not stir up the beehive and get everybody mixed up unless it's a person that you can't refuse. And at the time, Dion wasn't a older guy. He was still young. He was still youthful, and he gave the Cowboys fit. And I'm quite sure when they went to the chalkboard or the blackboard at the time the time he did that or what have you, somebody probably felt salty, but they was like, man, that's prime, man. Bring him in. That's Super Bowl, right? And I like that. But that was like right at the early starts of salary cap. That was right at the early starts of those type of things. And I think somebody pointed out, like why talk about speculations? This is what we do right here. And I'm not saying, the Cowboys are going to do this, the Cowboys are going to do that. But it's all within context. But if anybody's just not jumping in, let it be known that I'm not saying you trade Gallup. I'm not saying you trade Collins. I'm not saying, any of those things. Law, did you see what happened to Henry Ruggs? I've heard that he had something to happen to him. Let me see if I can pull that up. I heard, I think Miss oh wow, Miss Jackie sent me some information on this. I obtained witness video the crash that involved the Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs III. The car was on fire. The Toyota RAV4 that was involved. You can hear the pops coming from it, and the car is on fire. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that thing on fire. I hope all is well with Henry. They said, was it a DUI? That's what I heard, DUI. And Miss Jackie sent me this information. Let me see if I know TMZ will get it. They always on top of it. Is he alive? Henry Ruggs, Raiders star, involved in a fatal car accident to be charged with a DUI resulting in a death. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. And the NFL just released a statement. We hope all is well, man, with this. But we know that somebody lost their life.
I just want to make sure you guys copy that there might be someone still inside the vehicle that's on fire. I got your rescue added in the heavy also. Let me know if you need something else.
Engine 22 is on scene, establishing Rainbow Command. As reported, we do have one vehicle that's on fire, fully involved. Another vehicle that's also involved in the accident, it's not on fire. It was like we had two people sitting on the sidewalk. Break dispatch. Go ahead and start the second ambulance, please.
Yes, sir. We see that the call got changed to an Alpha. Are we still responding to this call?
Yeah, it's affirmative. The Alpha unconscious. You guys still respond.
Bridge 32, copy.
Oh, my gosh, man. Henry! Come on, man. Felony DUI with a loss during this time at CA. May we have a moment of silence for those who lost loved ones at this time due to DUI. Yeah, all right, amen. All right, so I really meant it when I said it, the other day. Sometimes you'll go through something and it's not meant for you, it's meant for someone else. And I believe that there's always a way out, right? And we just witnessed the Monte KZ went through it, and all of the four corners of the world heard about it, right? And if that wasn't a wake-up call for somebody on this team, dog it should have been a wake-up call for all of the other NFL players. Life is short. Sometimes you ever realize that, Cowboy Nation, is that what you go through may not just be for you, but it may be for someone else. And I'm not sitting here preaching. I'm just telling you guys that's life. That's life. I tell people all of my trials and tribulations the moment I get it, when I can. Partying when I was young, fell asleep behind the wheel, woke up. Lord, Lord, I ain't supposed to be here, Cowboy Nation. Oh, let me get on back on the road. First thing I do, I told my brother, look, man, I fell asleep behind the wheel. I don't know how I was able to wake up. But I woke up just in the nick of time to pull over to get on the side of the sidewalk. And I said, from here on out, shoot, Lord, you ready to go? I'm tired. What you finna do? I'm finna take a power nap. Why, man? We got to get back. Shoot, I ain't finna. You gonna drive? You ain't in condition to drive. I'm chilling. Scared me all the way straight not to drive sleepy behind the wheel because I know all of this wouldn't even exist. But if I tell you guys, somebody right now can listen to this and be like, you know what? Man, it's 3:30 in the morning, man. I'm tired. I'm going to go ahead and catch this L right here on this couch. Right? Let me know if I'm wrong. And see, DeMonte KZ, you just don't know, man. It could be somebody else on this team. Already had it lined up. You know what I'm saying? The table set. Yeah, dog, I'm going to kill him when I go to this bar. Oh, I got the whole suite to myself. Hey, man, you heard what happened to KZ? Well, no, what happened? Oh, man, shoot, he got caught up there in the colonies, man. Shoot, coach gave him a stern message. And the whole time, dude like this. Like was it Weebay from The Wire? Whole time, he like, you know what? I 86 that table. Shoot, I'm 86 at that table. I'm going to chill at his house. You know what I'm saying? I got all of the stuff here. Man, if Ruggs would have just paid attention to what happened to DeMonte KZ, because we know. And I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to rag ESPN, NFL Network, First Take, MySpace, Facebook, all of those people that do the talking sports, or whether or not they're going to do this, because I don't think that they will have this as a topic piece. But I just hope that the mental mindset of not just Henry Ruggs, but for his family will be in safe. And the family that lost the loved ones, that they be safe. That hurt me right there. Roll Tide, you know. We had Henry Ruggs high, you know, on our draft board, right? And just like that, man, opportunities. Kid didn't even get a chance to spend that check good. Yeah. Why not just hire Uber, though? You know, man, them Ubers and them Lyfts, man, we got all of this technology on phones. We need to have it where it's the side gripping. As soon as you grip your phone like this, it can read your blood alcohol level. I do know that those smartwatches, they can read your oxygen level. If you got that smartwatch, you can read your blood oxygen level. But we need to have a device. And I'm not saying that you got to create all of these millions of dollars, right? Because people's stupidity is just stupidity. But they got a device like that for certain cars that you get in order for get the car started. You gotta blow into it. They got that device. They need to have a program. If you gonna have a little sauce, make it mandatory that you install that in your car. Because my car, when I get in, it starts singing to you, ding, 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 ding. Just because you can't drive without the seatbelt on. That's my car. Ding, ding. And I thought about many of ideas of disarming that. But when you pop the hood on that baby, you be like, I'm going to leave that alone. But somebody need to invent that, you know. That would have saved a life right there, I guarantee you. Tesla has it, Jay Versick. They need to make it mandatory. They make that seatbelt ring. Ding, ding. I'm like, dang, man, that thing, dang, that thing got me. Let me go and buckle up, man, because I used to hate wearing the seatbelts, though, right? I wish Henry Ruggs would have had that Tesla, you know. Yeah. And I can't wait for the world-created device where those cars just drive themselves 100% right better, you know. You just sit in there, drop me off at Jerry Wayne's spot to start in Frisco, and I just sit in the car and just chill, and it just go there, you know. I can't wait till they have that. Hey, he's only 22 years of age. I mean, through the whole program, all the way out. Is he alive? He's alive. He's alive, according to this report. Let me share this TMZ report for those who want to read into more details. I can't read no more of this one, though. It's a tragic story right here. Tragic story. Yeah, tragic story. Yeah, they wave Anae, Ms. Money. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, they wave Bradley Anae. And that hurt right there, Cowboy Nation. Yay, man. Who told me that news? Y'all didn't have to tell me that news. God. If I'm hurt, I can only imagine the family. Right? I can only imagine the family. Swayze says, do you think he going to jail? He going to prison. Yeah, he going to prison if, oh my gosh, that's a felony. And it depends too. If they do the autopsy on, you know, the person that was driving the other vehicle, and if technicality can get them off if they were somehow have any alcohol in their systems, right? And, you know, jail and prison, two different things. Jail is night in the hole, you know, to shoot for a couple of days until you get your arraignment, you know. Prison, that's you're a little dude too, man. Got to get out of Vegas, man. You know, Steve, I ain't gonna blame Vegas. Vegas nice, man. I went to Vegas a couple of years ago. It's nice. Real nice. Real nice in Vegas. Hell, you don't really need to drive out there in Vegas. You can walk everywhere. Parking is free down there on the Strip. It was free when I was down there. Parking, you can drive all the way around. Yeah, smooth mixes. Texas Law said he's a little dude. Yeah, you little dude. So he took like one shot. Manslaughter, yes, from George, you know. Yeah. I said little dude because he take one shot. He had that liquor get him. Go right to the liver. Pancreas trying to pump it out. He's already tipsy. Yeah. Oh, it's still free? It's still free to park on the Strip? The lunatic, shout out to you, DUI resulting in the death in Nevada is a class 2 felony, 2 to 20 years. 15. Law Nation Cowboys have a chance. Packers Cowboys playoff. That's why I'm greedy. I'm gonna try to flip it all the way back to Cowboys talk. I'm greedy. I want home field advantage throughout this thing. Are you guys with the belief? Let me see if I can switch it around with Dak Prescott. Are y'all with the belief that should Dak Prescott play this weekend? Or should we risk it of playing Cooper Rush one more time? Let me see what y'all say. Try to switch it off for the Henry Ruggs conversation. And I'm quite sure Diggs know Henry too, so it's a situation where Diggs probably looking at his phone like, damn, bro, you know. Player Mojo, appreciate you. LV got to go. Stephen A. lean forward, I feel you. Rugg was in a vet. The other car was a RAV4, yeah. Dang. And Corvette low to the earth. Play rushes from Jabbar. Appreciate you. If Dak is 95%, he got to play. This is from Glenn. Cheap liquor, no. This is from Jimenez. Appreciate you. Risk it, okay. Risk it. One more time. One more time. I see you, Jesse. If Dak is healthy, let him play. Play Dak. Okay, free. Rain, Dakota Prescott. So I'm saying that it's a little bit more on the play Dak side of the coin. Let me see if I can find some audio to what we're going to talk about next on this conversational piece. Let's see if we got it right here. I think I got it right here. Appreciate y'all.
Coach Mike McCarthy was asked when we could expect Dak to return to practice, and here was his answer.
Y'all can hear audio?
Be adjusted Wednesday, just coming off of a Sunday night game, so we won't be in a full slate of our workload on the Wednesday practice. So I look for him to participate in that, and everything goes normal. I would think he would be full go on Thursday.
All right, so this is what they have coming up here. You see what feel like winnable games? Denver, Atlanta, Kansas City, who knows what that is? Raiders, they're a good team right now. So, look, you don't take anything for granted in the NFL. And so it does bring up the question. Let me bring in our beloved resident Dallas Cowboy here, Marcus Spears. Should the Cowboys...
Before he go, Cowboy Nation, really appreciate everybody, man. Be sure to hit that like button, man. I see a lot of people in here. Please hit that like button, help a brother out, and we can continue to go with this video. Hit the like button for us to continue to go. Yeah. And subscribe if you're new to this channel. Let's keep the engagement up. What he was talking about is this right here from Get Up. Appreciate Get Up for this beautiful stat line right here for your mind. This is percentages, and I don't believe in these type of percentages. It is what it is. It's any given Sunday, but we have a 70% chance to win the game, and this is what I believe with Dak Prescott, I believe, or it's like 60-something I saw on another channel. 79% against the Falcons, 53% chance against the Chiefs. If Dak Prescott playing, ain't no way it's 53. It got to be north of that. You saw how the Chiefs struggled. They struggled against the Giants. 71% chance against the Raiders, and 55 against the Saints, who is without their quarterback for the remainder of the year due to an ACL damage there. Alex Tay, appreciate you. Alex Tay said 53% against the Chiefs. Come on, man. Hey, they don't have to like the Cowboys, but dog, they got to stop hating, right? Yeah. And you see how the tables turn. Let me go right here. This dude right here, a resident hater of the Cowboys, are trying to put some crazy bad mojo on us, saying that the Cowboys is the number one team on his A-list. Stephen A. Smith, since they don't allow me on YouTube to play your audio here, and I can't go back and forth with you, they let me play everybody's audio but yours, because they know that I would tell you, why don't you stop what you're doing and lean forward just a little bit, right there. Slap the hairline on his face. You know what I'm saying? It's off it, but I'll slap the hairline on. He'll have a hairline right here. I will slap. No. I say Stephen A. Smith. They said Law Nation done slapped you so hard that you grew your hairline back. And then Law Nation said lean forward a little bit. and slapped it right back off. Slap it off just to slap it back on. Slap it on to slap it back off, you know? Oh, my gosh, man. Hey, they try to put some weird mojo on us, but, you know, Cowboys, y'all see how we rolling now. They are all closet fans. But let's listen to my dog over here, Spears. You know, let me rewind.
The NFL. And so it does bring up the question. Let me bring in our beloved resident Dallas Cowboy here, Marcus Spears. Should the Cowboys play Dak this weekend? What's the opinion?
Yeah. Are y'all crazy? Yes, they should play him. What the hell are we talking about? If he's healthy enough to play, Dak should play. This is about the season. This is about putting yourself in position to not only potentially have a first-round bye, but it's also continuing to rapport with your team. Like everybody get carried away now. The Cowboys winning 1 against the Minnesota Vikings. Let's see how long we can not play Dak Prescott and continue to win games. Are y'all out of y'all damn mind?
Yeah.
Listen, everybody playing hurt. Everybody dealing with something. This week's rest coming off a bye week, Dak should be okay to go into the Broncos game. If he's not, obviously you don't play. But this notion, all right, and I know where it comes from, the damn notion that he shouldn't play because they can win potentially without him is stupid, okay? I don't want to address this question anymore. If he's healthy enough to play, he should play. I don't give a damn who they playing. This the NFL still. You can lose. Ask anybody. The Jets just beat the Cincinnati Bengals after we all had them the best team in the AFC, okay?
Yeah. Swaggo, baby. Yeah. Is he preaching today? You know, Swaggo, is he preaching? Hey, Miss Money, is he preaching? Let's get 500. Yeah, appreciate you. 264. Appreciate you. What we got over here? Slap on. Oh, Stephen A. Smith, you got a hairline. No. Oh, it's back off. Oh, my gosh. Stephen A. Smith, you know, you try to jinx us, baby. I know what you try to do. We seen his con game before, you know. Oh, my goodness. He's preaching. So everybody agree, if Dak Prescott, if that's the operative word, if he's healthy, you put his butt out there. Yeah, you put his butt out there. You do just that.
All right, y'all go ahead, because I'm sick of the question.
Is he right?
Of course he's right. I was nervous because I didn't know where you were going to go with this, and I thought you were going to go the wrong way, but he is absolutely right.
Yeah.
They got lucky last week. Essentially, like you were rolling the dice, and you got a 7, and now you're like, all right, maybe we can do it again. No, you'll get snake eyes. Cooper Rush was all right. Let's not pretend like Cooper Rush was the reason why they won. This defense was outstanding. Kirk Cousins was checked down Charlie. It was also part of the issue, and Randy Gregory is unblockable. Micah Parsons couldn't be stopped. That's why they won. You can't win like that consistently in the modern NFL. They got away with this one. Don't do it again, Studio Jeff.
Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened last week.
Oh, we got a rebuttal. But Spears, he agreed. Foxworth, you know, he agreed. Foxworth played in the National Football League, right? He played DB or something, right? He played in the National Football League, right? And I'm not saying just because you played, you get some type of extra accreditation and validations. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm quite sure that he know what he talking about, you know. But KD says, yep. So let's listen to what Jeff is going to say.
Jerry watched this show, and he saw Studio Jeff tell you, sit that man. Best decision they made. They did not get lucky. Cooper and Elliott on 3rd and 11. Elliott makes a great play. Cooper wants to rock on the touchdown. That ain't getting lucky. That's dude showing up and playing defense. Played great. I give you that. I'm full in agreement with Swagoo. You got to play him now. Studio Jeff got that victory against Minnesota. You would have played him. You would have set him back 4 or 5 weeks. Cowboys are then out of the playoffs. It would have been a disaster. They listen to Studio Jeff. Now we're moving forward.
I'm trying to say who's Swagoo's.
So Jeff is saying that, so all 3 of these guys saying pretty much play him. Jeff looked like he can play basketball now. He lost so much weight. I mean, he's unrecognizable, man. You would never, ever think that he played offensive lineman.
Who's arguing with? Because
I don't know. I think it's Jeff.
The question,
that was
Brian.
last week.
You said you know where it's coming from. Who is it coming from?
The depths of hell is where it's coming from.
Let me ask you a question.
Tell you, wait,
Go ahead.
if he had not felt something after Thursday's practice last week, he might have played Sunday night.
Right.
They backed him off because as he went through the week, it didn't come. The injury didn't come through to the extent that if that could happen again this week.
Sure could.
I'm not saying it will. They're more optimistic about this week than.
Ooh, I don't know this guy name. He don't look like he played any sport though. He talking about injuries can happen any week, so I don't want to hear people talk about injuries on it could happen any week.
Than they were about last week, but their medical staff will be careful with this player, all their players, and if
not all players. Don't
get him, guys. Get him.
0 to 25%. Not all players.
if he feels something later in the week,
we ain't all QBs, bro.
Marcus, I invite you to look at the screen.
They
right
beat
now.
him
Look
up.
what's on the screen. Look at the records of all the teams. The Cowboys have 6 wins. Is any other team in that division going to win 6 games this year? I ask you in an honest way, which is to say no team that I can remember in recent years has had a division locked up to the degree that the Cowboys do the first week of November. Doesn't that factor in somewhere to your thinking on your quarterback and his calf? Swagoo.
Absolutely not. And you can put me on the stand. Absolutely not.
Absolutely
okay?
not.
Greenberg. No. This is about this is about the Dallas Cowboys continuing to be a good football team. It has nothing to do with their division. It has nothing to do with the NFC. Obviously, you're trying to position to get a bye week in the first week of the playoffs.
Facts.
But I don't give a damn if the Eagles or your Washington football team don't win the damn division or the Giants ain't doing good. It has nothing to do with the other teams. It's about the Cowboys continuing to play better and better and alone until they can peak in the playoffs.
Super quick.
No, I just noticed Eagles, Washington, Giants. That's 3 of the Chiefs' 4 wins.
Yeah.
But no, I mean that aside, it's not about any of that. It's about winning a Super Bowl. And 15 of the last 16 teams to get to the Super Bowl had a bye.
That's right.
You don't win a Super Bowl unless you get that bye.
Say it again.
It's not about any of that. It's about winning a Super Bowl. And 15 of the last 16 teams to get to the Super Bowl had a bye.
That's right.
That's 15 of the last 16 teams. He said win a Super Bowl, but they had to get to the bye. Hey, if I could. Now people get the bigger picture. We're not fighting against this division now. We care less of what the Giants do. We care less of what the Washington team do. We care less what the Eagles. They happy, they done figured things out because they beat the Lions. Y'all saw them give life. They started coming over here to the chat room, started talking noise. I said, okay, what you want? A cookie? Y'all beat the Lions. Come on. I think Jackson State can beat the Lions right now. Come on.
You don't win a Super Bowl unless you get that bye. So they need to win. Oh, yeah. Studio Neat knows some numbers.
Yes,
and they need to get into Super Bowl by getting that bye. And go ahead. Roll Cooper Rush out there again. See how them dice come up for you this time.
That's right. Tampa Bay last year had that bye. Actually, no, they didn't. And they won the Super Bowl just fine.
That's the one time.
That's the one time.
When they got there. Okay. Oh, my goodness.
Shut up, Brady.
Tom Brady.
Aberration Greenberg.
My favorite word.
Greenberg.
Pancakes.
Let's do it.
This was interesting.
Get Up got me up right now. Shout out to Get Up, man. Mike Greenberg was talking the most smack about the Dallas season and going into the season, but since week 2, he's been on the bandwagon, shaking my head. Yeah. I mean, he's been on that bandwagon. And we know he was gloating. He was gloating real big the year the Jets beat us. And I'll never forget, I said, oh, you going to go there? Donald is better, so much better than Dak Prescott. And I was just yelling. I wish I had the slap button, like, get out of here, Get out of here. Yeah, Paul said, care less. Green, a Jets fan. David, you ain't lied. Justin Boone, appreciate you. Appreciate you for so much for jumping in. Y'all want to go a little bit longer? Y'all want to go a little bit longer here? because I'm at the tail end of my show here, and we pretty much done with everything that we wanted to go over, Cowboy Nation. Undisputed talked about who's the number one wide receiver. Yeah, we can go over that, but we all know how that can go back and forth. You know, we all know that Cooper proven time and time that he is the number one wide receiver. I can make the argument that, dog it, we got 1A and 1B. There's no big I's and no little U's around here. And Cedric Wilson, I got some film that I got it all chopped up. My next film session will be, and I gave a little excerpt of the big throw from Cooper Rush, but it's going to be a longer video that I'm gonna do the full assessment. I'm gonna call it the air attack by the Cowboys receivers from the quarterback, and the air attack is the fact that we got weapons to step up, man. And when I looked at the all 22 of Cedric Wilson rolling around, and he flipped that thing with look at the flick of my wrist. Huh, look at the flick of my wrist. I mean, that brother there, man, I was sitting there like, man, Cedric Wilson is such a guy that no matter how big the moment is, he seems to just feel right into that spot. And he's so cerebral with it that Cedric Wilson been the unsung hero for these last 3 or 4 weeks. Like, you can go back in every game in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and you can pinpoint a key play that Cedric Wilson made, that if he had not made that play, we would have probably been holding an L. Like, Cedric Wilson is that dude. Somebody says, Miss Money says, I love Ced. Ced is that guy. Shout out to Coach Bird. I give shots out to Coach Bird all the time because Coach Bird worked out with him. He's a wide receivers guru coach that's in the Dallas area. And trust and behold, this guy, he's going to call a spade a spade. He's going to let those guys know. This is what I want you to do at the top of the route. I want my guys to be aggressive. Look up Coach Bird Academy, man. And he's been on that. He's been on Cedric Wilson, all off season. He also coaching up. He's also coaching up old boy. What's the tall guy from Texas Tech? I believe 6'7", just tall wide receiver. I forgot his name at the tip of my tongue. And we got something that we working out with him, during this upcoming off season. What's his name? Y'all, TJ or something like Vasher. Yeah, TJ Vasher. He working out with him. Watch the growth of TJ Vasher next season. And I'm not trying to put my dog Coach Bird on a pedestal, but shoot, Coach Bird is out there, man. He out there. He teaching these boys how to attack the ball, how to cut off in their route, And I see those littles. It's the small things at the route that I'm seeing that manifests itself on a day-to-day operation. Woo! Yeah, I think John Machota. Get out the way, Stephen A. Smith. Get out the way. Let me go to John Machota because I thought I saw some film on him on his page right quick on Twitter. And I need to get off so I can go ahead and finish up that film. I just got to do the audio over it. Let me see. It's Cedric right here on the let's see if I can go right here. Y'all can see that? Yeah. It's so tiny, though. You see that jab step? Woo! Had them boys on a yo-yo, man. Cedric Wilson Lamb. This is the Lamb. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off of this one. But I just want y'all to know, man, it's a pleasure talking to you guys, man. Talking to you guys about all the things that's going on. My heart goes out to the family of the people that was in the DUI crashing from Henry Ruggs, and prayers to Henry Ruggs as well. He need comfort right now. May he stay strong and stay upright and survive this, so that he can utilize this story to save somebody else's life who's going into the NFL. Who knows, 10 to 20 years from now, he can have a storyline that he can teach to people. I was number one wide receiver. Was he the first? Was he the very first wide receiver to be drafted in 2020? Was he the first wide receiver off the board, or it was another wide receiver before him? Huh? Y'all let me know. Scouts out there, I know y'all know. Yeah. Let me see. I think so. It is from Yarborough. Shout out to you. And I think he was number 7 pick. My gosh, man. Ruggs, then Judy. Yeah. And it's sad, man, because Judy is out for the year, right? Judy is out for the year. A text, we talking about this right here that happened, fatal. I already know I probably got flagged for this video because anytime you show things like this, headlines like this, the algorithm don't like to see these type of things as far as marketing and promoting, but, it's all good. Raiders star involved into a fatal car accident to be charged with a DUI, resulting in the death of the person that he hit. This is what we're talking about. He was the first off the board. Oh, my gosh. And this is a wake-up call for any other wide receivers for the 2022 draft and the 23, 24, and beyond. Storylines will read, hey, did you hear about that wide receiver that had a good time? Yeah, played for the Bama team. Yeah, fast, man. I'm talking about fast. Cut the light off. He can be in bed before dark. That boy fast. Take the top off the defense. Was considered a weapons of a weapons, and he was coming along his way. But decided to go out and have a few libations and whatever may happen, from there. Yep. Yep, it's all good. Y'all be sure to hit that like button and share this content. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. When you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself and fight and trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. It will not. Even hope may seem but futile. Then with trouble may be beset. Remember, you're facing what other legends have met. Keep your head high, eyes through the finish. See this thing through, Cowboy Nation. See it all the way through. Legends like Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Tom Landry, Jimmy Johnson. We all faced it. We did. Emmett. But it's all about continuing to fight through. Let this message rest in your heart. Let it do its work and magic from within. Tell me not in mournful numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers. Life is not what it seems. Life is real and life is earnest. And the grave is not his goal. Dust thy art to dust returneth. Was not even spoken of the soul. In this world's broad fields of battle and ambivalence of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us, yes, we can be leaders. In departing, leave behind us footprints on the mighty sand. Time. Speaking of time, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's roll on out. This credit will be brought to you by Graphic Zone HD.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him
come on.
I got wifey on blinking, she freeze.
All is well with the family of the Ruggs and the family that lost their lives.
No photos. Hit the door and the doorman just whole team here might need some. Still
Appreciate
young,
you.
but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up.
Shout out to Key Wiggs. Shout out to everybody who joined. I got a goal in mind, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. And by you guys subscribing, helping growing the channel, sharing, it's mighty. It's mighty when you share. Sharing is caring. Appreciate everybody. I really do. Get those likes up, man. Help me out. Law. Nation.
I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul.
Never.
Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard this on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down.
Come on, enemies. I know y'all close.
Crib outside the city, I don't feel
If you watched all the way to this point and you have not hit that like button, shared this content, and you still here, what we tell them? What we tell them right now? Come on. Y'all know what we tell them. I love y'all, but come on.
I'm just doing me, everything is on me. You matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
If you think the Cowboys are going to lose this weekend, I've been saying this for at least a couple of weeks straight.
Everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart. I might cop a farm and go act up.
Come on, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to everybody that's supporting this channel.
That was easy.
That's all it takes. Appreciate you, QBO88. Don't forget to put down where you guys are from. I love seeing that, especially how long you've been following the channel. Help me out. This will also be on Apple. Apple Music or Apple iTunes. This episode is also located on Spotify. The actual video, I'm on that video platform. I really appreciate you guys. Amazon and Roku TV. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Those are alternative ways to watch, especially if you're working out, pumping iron. Also, Cowboy Nation, be sure to check out Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm there. Let's go. Turn me up. Houston, stand up. Don't be hating on low. Come on. Hey, ho, let go. Jersey giveaway will be this week. Believe it or not, it's the CD Lamb. It's a dangerous Lamb. Let's go out there and support Lamb. Let Lamb get 88. Let's get 188 yards this weekend. Let's go. Yeah. Come on, come on. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And you.
For you.
And we tell them.
Don't let the street lights lead you all alone.
Yeah, yeah.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Watch Emmett. Y'all see Emmett? Yeah.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow.
Hey.
Wherever you go.
Wherever you go, baby.
Whatever you do. Player too.
Hey. Hit that rewind button if you missed anything. Come on. Shout out to Frederick, Maryland, David Jenkins. Shout out to you, Pickle Rick. And another one. I love it. Chris May, we love you. Thank you. Go Cowboys.
Don't let the street lights
hit you all alone. Come on, y'all sing it with me.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
If you can't hit that note,
don't let the street lights
it's okay.
I want me some glory hole.
Come on. If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday. We got Austin in the house. QBO.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Stephen A. Smith.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
I want me some glory hole.
Broncos talk a little later on, baby. We out. One love. I'm not going to get picked back up. Watch.